Welcome back to Eurosatory News. I'm joined by José Pinto Gómez, who is with SDLE. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the opportunity to share with you these moments.
So please tell us who SDLE is.
Yes, SDLE is a medium company, a Spanish company located so close to Madrid. We are 200 people. We are focused in complete logistics support. Also, we have another departments. One branch is working in surveillance drones plus anti-drone systems. And in addition, we have our own technological center in order to research in some aspect to help us in our projects. But main focus is logistics support. What does mean logistics support? Armies has so many problems to maintain so many type of vehicles, so many type of systems. We try to help them in order to maintain the vehicles so long time in service. Thinking about big efforts, economical effort from the countries, you need to remain your service at least 30 years. We try to help providing spare parts, direct maintenance, and with a solution of obsolescence problems. That is one of the main problems today in the armies, obsolescence.
Essentially, you're problem solvers.
Yep.
Yeah, problem solvers. But in the way of that, it is more specifically tailored towards a defense client, for example. Let's say, in the context of what is happening currently in the Ukraine, that you get a client that says, this is our current situation, this is our range of vehicles. We would like to take a step forward into the future. And we realize that that challenge is a digital challenge, also an energy challenge. How would you come in and intervene in this aspect?
Yeah, it's very clear that this situation opened our minds to look for additional solutions. In the technological aspects, we are working in order to improve the thermal cameras. This is one of our strong areas. Why? Because we consider that with the artificial intelligence, we can improve a lot the capability of detection of thermal cameras. And we are a very flexible company, therefore we can finally provide intelligent thermal cameras to integrate in new or old combat vehicles, because there are no time to produce new vehicles.
Sort of retrofitted.
Yeah. Okay. And if we can adapt our thermal cameras to integrate so fast, only mechanical modification and electric supply modification, and integrate in legacy vehicles, we can provide solution to integrate the best thermal cameras with the artificial intelligence. We can detect elements and identify and avoid to use incorrectly. And also, not only with thermal cameras, also with all the electric and electronic elements that now are obsolete and you need to replace immediately. With our electronic engineer department, we can produce new cars, new boards, in order to put inside the old elements and solve very fast the problems. Not to replace the complete system, only provide solution, as you said. It's a perfect definition of our company.
Do you have an example of that in terms of some of the legacy vehicles that you might have given this kind of upgrade, so to speak?
Exactly. Centauro is a very good example about it. Centauro is a vehicle that was developed in the final of the 80s by Italian companies, remain in service now in 4 countries, and we have the capability to upgrade all the vision system, because the mobility of the vehicle is fantastic. Firepower is enough. 105 gun in a 30 tons vehicle, it's enough. But what about detection of this vehicle? You need to detect the enemy before they detect you. Therefore, we can improve all the fire control system in order to detect tanks to more than 12 kilometers. This is the issue. And you need high technology to do it. This is the element that we need to work.
I also imagine that it fills a gap between the idea of a legacy vehicle eventually being transitioned to a new generation of vehicle, where that gap being engineers have to design that next generation of vehicle. So filling that gap with the intervention that SDLE provides, upgrading the legacy vehicle without a redesign taking place, giving it a few more years before the next level of vehicles actually becomes deployed in the terrain.
Exactly, because you know perfectly that a design process for new vehicles take so long time.
Yeah.
This situation is going to provide us learning lessons. And if we start now to develop new vehicles about this event, maybe we are going to take at least 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And what about these 5-6 years? Entering service in 10 years? No, we need to provide now solution. If we detect a problem and start to work, probably in 1.5 years we can provide one solution. On addition, you mentioned about the energy with the vehicles. We have, as I said at the initial part, a technological center. We are working about this issue. We are very concerned about it. And we are using nanotechnology in order to work about new batteries.
Wow.
We think that could be a very interesting step in order to work about energy. Yes.
Could we possibly be seeing nanotechnology batteries being fitted in some of these legacy vehicles, such as the vehicles that were generated out of the 80s, for example?
Yes, because a very, very important requirement in the vehicles is in every vehicle that you need to improve is provide enough energy, because now you use more radios, you use jammers, you use more electronic. Therefore, the requirement of energy is very big. How to supply this energy? Two options. A new engine with a new generator. No, finally this is so complex.
And huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A better option is provide good batteries in all the senses about battery, and provide this additional electric supply for the vehicles. And with nanotechnology, we can increase the capability of the batteries. Now is one of the challenges in the company.
Where, if you are allowed to say, where in the next few years might we be seeing some first glimpses of that nanotechnology being implemented?
I think that one of the main issues is in protection.
Okay.
We know that there are so many companies working to increase the protection levels with nanotechnology. Especially there are some technicians that are working about transparent armor. We think that this is a very interesting area to work with nanotechnology. Also, as I said, in batteries and in coatings. Coatings is another specific area in order to reduce the detectability of the vehicles. Could be used to reduce the sign, the different sign of the vehicle, thermal, visual, could be used, yes.
It's very exciting times in particular, because nanotechnology really is at the threshold of what is to come in the future, isn't it?
Really? Yes.
Well, José Pinto Gómez, thank you so much for joining us. It has been a pleasure talking to you and definitely getting an insight into what's to come. And you can find SDLE at Eurosatory all week, presenting their innovations and the products that they have on hand. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you to you. Thank you very much.
Take care.